You're listening to Getting Real with Real Estate with Danielle Kempf and Jim Kempf, St. Louis's favorite father-daughter real estate team. With honest advice, local insights, and stories from the real world of real estate. Because smart real estate decisions start with real conversations.
All right, are we on?
We are on.
All right.
Rocking and rolling.
Welcome to Getting Real with Real Estate.
There we go. You
Episode
remembered it today.
number, do we know what episode it is?
I don't yet.
I don't either, but it's episode number something.
We're in the 40s.
Yeah, we're almost at 50.
Almost at 50.
We were talking about that not long ago, actually, how that we were approaching that pretty quick.
Yeah.
So, we got a fun topic to talk about today. I don't know if it's fun.
Is it fun?
Well, so some people some people that are listening may know, right?
Yeah.
Our episode today is inspired. Inspired is that
Inspired by.
I'm not sure if that's a good word or
It's
not.
inspired by.
Inspired by. So I've recently had a couple hip replacements. I'm a couple weeks into my second one already here, and
you did them both in 1 year too.
yeah, I did them both within 3 months almost,
Which is pretty wild.
pretty crazy. But it brought to light a lot of questions that someone who is now, not that I'm old or anything, but I mean I'm 49, and as you start thinking about getting older, it like walking around the house on one leg with a walker makes you start thinking about what it's going to be like down the road.
Yeah, no, that's
so that's
super
kind of
true.
what part of today's conversation is going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
Aging
Okay.
in place. And
You didn't know I was going to say that.
I didn't know you were going to get to that part. No. But, our conversation is about aging in place.
Right.
And so when we go door knock, we talk with people all the time. And one of our favorite answers I think we get is, when we ask, have you ever thought about buying, selling, or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Some of the older people always say, my next move is to
yeah.
Kutas.
Of course.
And I find that one of just the funniest answers there is
it's
around.
True. It's true, though.
Oh,
but,
absolutely.
I mean,
No one, if you can stay in your home as long as possible, I think that is absolutely the goal for every.
yeah. I ain't gonna
Aging
lie.
person.
I mean, it made me think about it. As I'm
good.
sitting at home with the ice bag on
On your hip.
with the Iceman. Thank you, Jeff, if you're out there. Jeff will get that. But Jeff with a G will get that. Anyway, where was I going with that? But yeah, I mean,
It's made
you
you think about things different.
Yeah, you think about, and I'll give you tell your joke first.
Tell my joke and then
We'll
we'll
start
dive
with a
in.
joke, but
Okay.
I'll tell you kind of the first couple things that,
Oh.
other than, I know like the
Well,
nurses.
hold on. Let me tell my
yeah,
joke
let's
first.
start
Let
with
me
the joke.
tell my joke.
Tell your joke.
Okay. What do you call a dad who's had both hips replaced?
I don't know.
You do know. Twice as hip.
Hey.
And we got that. Shout out to one of the nurses who helped Jim. She actually came up with that punchline
Yeah.
for us. So thank you. But yeah, no, you're twice as hip, kind of now.
Yeah.
As a daughter, I mean, you're maybe hip. It's fine.
Twice as hip.
Twice as hip.
Two
Twice
times zero. 2 times 0 is 0. Oh God.
At least we're on the same wavelength for that one.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
So
Okay. So
well,
now
here.
let's dive on in.
Yeah. So here's what of course when I'm in the hospital, right? They were asking. Well, I'm gonna step it back even farther. So here's for you millennially aged folks out there who are only. What do you call it?
Only
siblings?
child?
Only children.
I don't have any siblings.
Only child. Only children.
Yeah.
Payback's you know what, because like I made Danielle be she was my
Chauffeur.
coach, my coach, my chauffeur, right. She's still driving me.
I still drive
But
you. Yeah.
so she's at the hospital with me when I'm getting ready, and of course they ask you all these questions about, whatever.
What's your living situation like?
Yeah, your house, your this, your that. But
Mm-hmm.
when the first couple days I'm on a walker, right,
Mm-hmm.
and the first time I go to try to take a shower, well, It's like you're trying to hurdle into the shower on a walker because I don't have a walk-in shower, and that's like that's one of the first things I thought about was like, hey, if I get old, when I start getting a little older,
the risk of tripping in or out of the
Right,
shower
falling
is
down.
seriously there for I don't want to say just older folks, but anybody really. I mean, just being careless, anyone could do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's one of the things you don't really think about on the day to day until it affects your day to day.
And from a parent standpoint, you do want to stay in your house for as long as you possibly can, right? And everybody should, I think, do that.
Yeah.
That's just
and
kinda
from
natural.
a child's standpoint, I wanted him to be safe. So, like, Jim's lucky enough, you live in a ranch house. Everything's on one level for you. So, like, I wasn't super concerned about you getting around. You know, there's some things that, you know, we'll talk about just your house layout in a little bit. So I was nervous for you.
Well,
and I think kind of this conversation we're having, it's not a fun one to have with, like, an aging parent. You're not there yet. We'll have it in a couple years.
No, I said I was earlier. I'm
You're
49.
You're not 49. But, you know, it's not a fun conversation to have with your parents as they get older. But I do think it's absolutely a necessity to have before someone gets hurt, before it becomes an issue with it.
Yeah,
you know, just to kind of have a game plan.
We'll try to throw some ideas out there on how people can help their folks be in the house longer.
Yeah.
Right? And so I guess that's kind of where we're going.
Yeah, that's where we're going with it. So let's...
First of all, like you just mentioned,
the house layout.
House layout, a ranch-style house. So I have a ranch, which is great.
Yeah.
It's only couple steps to get in, which is not bad. But
and then your bedrooms, bathroom, kitchen, all on one floor for you.
Except for the laundry.
Well, except for the laundry.
So after my first hip surgery, after about 10 days or so, when I was walking pretty decent, just so everybody knows, but like I could do steps, but like I don't even know if I told you this. You probably don't want to hear it. But, you know, like I had to do some laundry, right? And rather than call Danielle and go, hey, come over and do my laundry, right? I get my little laundry basket and I hobble down like the first 2 or 3 steps, and then I turn around, I pull the laundry basket down a couple steps, right? So that I could get my stuff downstairs. Because that's what parents do. That's what us old folks do. But, you know, obviously, it'd be nice to have a main floor laundry.
Yeah, it would be.
Going for it.
You do also have a laundry chute, but we won't get to that one yet.
Well, I do have that, but I still got to get myself down there.
Well, that's easier, though. But anyway, like, kind of, you know, where's all your stuff at? Do you have a 2-story house? Are your bedrooms upstairs?
Yeah, that
Do you have a full bathroom on the main level by chance? I mean, can you just, like what Jim did, he posted up in the family room on the couch. And
pretty much.
If you have a full bathroom on the first floor, you know, does that work out for you? Or, you know,
talk to a
you
couple
didn't
people.
shower for a couple days anyway. It doesn't matter. You can get upstairs in a couple days down the line.
It's like 2 days. Give me a break. I was laying around sleeping all day. I mean, come on. It's not like I was sweating like I am in the podcast.
Yeah, no.
It's just like a sauna.
It's 80
if
degrees
anybody
in here
looks at
right
us
now.
and thinks we're like got heat
Glistening.
stroke or we're like sweating or something, we're dripping with sweat, it's because it's like a sauna up in here.
Gosh,
but
it's getting toasty
it's a little toasty today in the office and in the podcast booth.
Anyway,
but,
we digress.
We do occasionally. So so we're talking, you know, those are some of the inside things, the layout of the house, the laundry, that's a big important one.
I think one of another kind of big one that a lot of people don't really think about is your mail. How do you get your mail? How do you get your groceries in and out of your house, or from your cart into your house? But like really like groceries, again, if you're in a 2-story or maybe you're in an apartment kind of style and it's not right at your front door or it's down the driveway or something.
Or you got to tuck under garage and you got to haul groceries upstairs. Yeah, those are big considerations.
A lot, even for like the more, I'm going to say mundane things in your day-to-day life, because I don't think about how to get mail. Now.
I would have never given it a thought until having the surgery, because I'm, you know, again, like when you're trying to go out and you got one good leg, you know, for a little while. Not that it was that bad, but you get what I'm saying. The first day or so, I'm on a walker, so it's like you got to go out and
you see the mailman, and you got to get it within a couple days.
Yeah, so it's just, you know, just little bitty things like that you got to talk about. Really, I mean, that shower situation, that's a big. That's I think probably as far as safety goes, is probably one of the biggest ones, because I know, you know, most people have a tub shower combination.
Where you step over to get in.
Yeah, just like I do, and just like probably 90% of people do. Yeah. But, I mean, you know, going forward down the road, like for me personally, that's probably one of the things that I would do as, you know, when you redo the house? When I get a little bit older, redo the bathroom again and maybe do a walk-in shower kind of situation. So.
Or you could do a walk-in tub. Maybe you're not there yet, but you could also do like a walk-in tub where you walk in and like it kind of fills. Those are kind of cool though. They got the jacuzzi, nice. The lights, the speakers. I mean, it's a mini hot tub in your bathroom.
That is true, but they
look kind of silly.
Yeah, and resale on those is not
well, true.
I mean, if you're really thinking about that, I mean, so that's something to consider, because we've had some.
We've sold a couple with them, but also people knew that an older person lived in that house when we were selling it.
100%.
So it worked out that way. But yeah, those are some, you know, just things to consider. And if you ever have to get a knee or a hip replacement, you're going to hear very similar questions that the nurses are going to ask you during the physical and occupational therapy part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that I was thinking
What was
about.
another thing that was kind of an issue for you?
Well, it kind of goes back to like me hauling my laundry thing downstairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do install those lifts, chair lifts.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big thing that can help you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that takes really kind of away that concern.
Oh, yeah, because you're not going to fall.
Yeah. Now those come with a fairly substantial cost, and just honestly, I don't know exactly what that is.
Yeah.
But that's something that you can do to kind of extend the lifespan of the house, if you will, if you want to put it that way.
Or even before the podcast, we were talking about the elevators, the in-house elevators.
And you really. So I remember seeing some of the exterior ones, like if someone who was in a wheelchair, and I've seen some houses in the city where you've got 5 or 6 steps that you got to get up to, right, to get up into a house, and those have been around for a long, long time.
Yeah.
You just roll the wheelchair in, it lifts you up. Yeah. It's just a lift. But now there are some really like an in-house elevator for one. It's just one person, probably one at a time, because it looks like a little phone booth.
Yeah, and you sit or something and stand in it.
Yeah, one we were looking at had like a 500-something pound capacity, but it's pretty simple.
Well, getting it installed is not pretty simple, but the process once you have it, there's pretty simple.
Right. But I mean,
and it looks more sleek, I think, than having the stair lift.
Oh yeah, for
100%.
sure.
But the stair lift isn't as permanent as an elevator. Pros and cons.
That's true too. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. But an elevator would be cool.
It kind of would be.
I mean, seriously. I mean, it was like like you said, they look pretty nice. They're sleek, glass line, and they're real simple.
But I think it would just be getting it, like the house, it has to be the right house to be able to do that in, or else you're doing some major reconfiguring or taking out a closet here or something there.
That could be some major construction. Yeah, it could be. Right, it could. We were talking like my house as an example. And in my house, again, which is a ranch, in our living room, long time ago, there were stairs put in from the living, because the house used to have where you'd go downstairs through the garage.
Yeah.
So the stairs were put in on the inside access in the living room. So like a spot there, you could do, I think, an elevator pretty simple right there.
And then you, in that case, would get a little bit of living room back.
A little bit extra floor space back, yeah. So different thoughts there, but yeah, that could be a challenge depending on how your house lays out, of course. That could get really costly, I guess. Yeah. But certainly an option.
It's an option.
People.
Yeah. So you want to just kind of touch on a couple other options that we kind of thought of? Just, maybe someone who's not, fully ready there yet.
Well,
but,
let me give you another one, just real quick if I can. I don't mean to interrupt, but move your laundry upstairs. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people have done that, right? Yeah. You might have to sacrifice a bathroom.
Yeah, or a closet.
Possibly.
But they even make like the stackables nowadays, or the 2-in-1s. I've heard mixed reviews on the 2-in-1s, but I was talking to someone who said they loved their 2-in-1, and it went in the kitchen.
Right. I was gonna mention that, because you could. I mean, if a kitchen remodel is in the horizon, you might throw a washer and dryer or a combo in there, and then you're good. Yeah. So that's an option too. And we've had clients who have converted bedrooms into a laundry facility, and they took a bedroom and actually was turned into a bathroom with a full shower with a laundry. Yeah. So. I mean, you sacrifice a bedroom, but
you gain another bathroom.
Yeah, so I mean, that's probably a pretty good in terms of value. Not a bad. No. Probably a wash, honestly, really. Yeah. But anywho, something else that's something that you can do inside the house. Yeah. What else you got? Stuff.
Well, I kind of was thinking like outside the house. So like laundry, that's kind of like a day-to-day, maybe not a day-to-day, but a week-to-week activity. Yeah. So is your yard work. I mean, so for you, you asked me to come cut your grass. I didn't. But he asked me to come cut his grass one time. But you have like a little hill in the back, which was a concern for you.
Yeah. I'm going to roll my eyes. She said, here, guys. When did you get Sonny?
Oh, I don't know.
Like
I was like 12.
12.
10,
11.
12.
11th birthday. I want a dog for Christmas. I'll pick up the dog poop. Yeah, that never happens.
Oh, any kid said that.
So lawn work is a big one. Your kid's not going to come do it for you. I'll tell you that right now. You need your gutters cleaned out. Don't ask your millennial daughter who's 28 years old.
At least he knows how old I am. But But I mean, can you find a kid down the street who's, needs some pocket change?
Yeah.
They can come cut your grass for you, trim the bushes.
Yeah, those are things you can contract out pretty easily. There's a lot of lawn companies. The kid down the street is probably the best one because kids. Well, at least when I was a kid, we used to love cutting grass and make some money. But I don't know if kids still do that or not. But
I think a couple do.
But little handymen to do your outside work.
Yeah. Or even just like
shovel
inside, little repairs
shoveling snow, cutting the grass, raking the leaves, cleaning the gutters.
With, like, if it
all
snowed?
That stuff. Yeah.
Because if it was like winter when you had a hip replaced and it was snowing, you couldn't get out to get your mail.
That's a whole other one. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I mean, those are things. Unfortunately, I just think folks as they get a little older, when weather turns around, if more than likely people are retired, right? So they don't really have to get out and do anything.
No.
But and here half the time.
But you want to be safe getting out too.
Right. No, I get that, but I'm just saying, like just the weather events. I think people can kind of just hunker down and get past those. But it's a good point, though. Those are all things you got to consider. But getting all that stuff done on the outside and some inside stuff. If you just need a little handyman stuff, you get a little leak in a faucet or something, or you need a faucet replaced, or you need a this or that.
The smoke detector keeps beeping and you don't feel comfortable getting on the stepladder or a chair to get it. I mean, seriously. I can't reach my smoke detectors. I got to get on a chair. Right. So, I mean, I would not let you do that right now.
Right.
I mean, just little things like that.
Yeah, and even just like cleaning your house.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Again, services available there that you can have that done, which is great.
Yeah, there's like different levels for in-home service where they can just come, do like general cleaning once a week. They can come help with dishes. They can do more extensive stuff. So there's different tiers that you could
get your Roomba.
Well, yeah, you can get a Roomba. That doesn't do your dishes for you though.
No, it doesn't do your dishes.
It does your vacuuming. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of vacuuming. So I was looking online because, we had a general starting point for this conversation, but I wanted to figure out what some other kind of big concerns are for older people. Yeah. And one of the biggest trip hazards is area rugs. Did you know that?
Oh, I did not, but I can certainly imagine. Yeah,
the corner just kind of curls and you're not picking your feet up as much as you used to and you get caught up on it. So, I mean, reducing trip hazards or making sure your area rugs are secured in the corners and everything.
That's a good point.
That was one of the biggest reasons for falls is what I was reading.
I think before my first surgery, because I had a runner coming from my front door, came in a little bit, and I took that up because I think they mentioned that to me in the pre-surgical stuff, but that's a really good point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. But that's a good. The other thing too, in home, you got to think about is if someone's wheelchair bound.
Yeah.
Right. A walker, getting around with a walker.
We got to move your couch a little bit.
Well, yeah, but normal sized doors and stuff. Yeah. I mean, that you can get through with a walker. That's not a bad. But if you're really, if someone is confined to a wheelchair. You got to have hallways have to be adequate size, doorways have to be adequate size. You got to have some room to move that thing, turn it around a little bit in bathrooms and stuff such.
Kitchens, bathrooms, be able to go underneath your countertops.
Yeah, so there's a lot of those are, and again, that can be some kind of more major. Yeah. I would say kind of more of a major project that you might have to consider doing to your house if you ever get in that situation, but. If you want to stay there, those are some of the things you can do. Yeah. Right? It'd be kind of hard, some of it, and some of that's not going to be cost effective potentially for folks.
True. Yeah, right? That's a good point too.
You always got to look at and everything we're talking about. There's places and companies and people that can do anything, right? Any of this stuff you can do anything, right? But it's just how much money do you want to spend to do that to get you another how many years in the house or whatever. So.
And I think that's a person by person, family by family conversation there. Sure. But I think there's we kind of talked about the cleaning services or the lawn company or something. Even nowadays, you can have your groceries delivered. It's not for everybody, but like you were saying, if it's winter time and you're hunkered down and you can't leave because there's snow and stuff. Yeah. But you need food.
Yeah. Who does that?
DoorDash, Grubhub,
Uber Eats, right?
Uber Eats. Maybe a family member or a neighbor if they're. If they can check on you and they're going to the store, if they can pick you up a couple of things. Yeah. Because you couldn't go to Schnucks the first couple weeks, or for the first week or so, and then we started taking you out.
Yeah.
But, that's something that can keep you in the house longer, especially if you can't drive. Like, if your vision's just not great.
Right.
And you can't drive, but you can stay in your house besides that and maybe get some groceries delivered.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Again, always a cost involved in all that stuff, but sure. I mean, I could imagine, being in that position, I'd pay for that to stay in my house.
Oh, during COVID, I had groceries delivered. Yeah. I did. I couldn't leave. I had COVID, so I couldn't leave.
Oh, well, yeah,
sort of thing. So, I had groceries delivered a couple of times. Again, not my favorite thing to do, but it's better than not having food.
Right.
So.
That is true. That is true.
But, yeah, so I guess, I don't know, do we start wrapping up?
Yeah, again,
it's going to be different for everybody.
Just some thought starters really is all we wanted to really make this about today.
Yeah, but if you live in a big 2-story house, maybe it's time, it's getting just a little too much, starting to get away from you. Maybe it's time to downsize to a ranch house. Maybe a condo's the right option for you there.
Attached villas are typically really nice. Those
55-plus communities. We were just seeing one of those up in Newtown.
We did.
So there's options out there.
There's always options, and we'd be happy to talk with folks about that and kind of give you some thoughts on what can and can't be done. And
there's also companies out there that do specific age-in-place consultations too.
Yeah. We'll come in and kind of talk about a lot of the same.
What your needs are, they see what they have common with, but common concerns for people, and they just kind of chat with you and talk about it.
Yeah.
But we're also happy to do that too.
Yeah, and those are some things that we can potentially, if you have questions about that stuff, give us a call, send us a message or whatever. We'd be happy to set you up with folks that we may know who do some of the things that we're talking about. And again, we'd be happy to come and chat with you too, to kind of give you our 2 cents on stuff and kind of go from there.
Yeah. So that's it. So let's try and keep you in that house as long as possible.
My next stop's Kudas.
And we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
That's it for this episode of Getting Real with Real Estate. We hope you learned something new, had a laugh, and feel a little more confident in your real estate journey. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Kempf Team for local insights, listings, and a real look at what it's like behind the scenes in real estate. Have questions or a topic you want us to cover? Reach out anytime at 314-336-1926. And don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or YouTube so you never miss an episode.